Well, a group of state lawmakers will be up to their necks in icy water today at the Capitol on an event for Special Olympics Michigan. Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley will join more than 20 members of the legislature in jumping into an icy pool on the Capitol lawn in Lansing. That's at 3 o'clock this afternoon. This is a look here at some similar events that happened in Muskegon earlier this month. Today will be the third annual Polar Plunge for lawmakers. They've raised more than $50,000 for Special Olympics Michigan over the last 2 years, thanks to events like that.
More than 20 of our state legislators are heading to the Capitol today with no plans of talking politics. They'll be gathering for the third annual Legislative Polar Plunge. At 3 this afternoon, Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley, along with several other officials, will plunge into an icy pool on the Capitol lawn. It's a one-of-a-kind event at the Capitol to help raise funds and awareness for Special Olympics Michigan. The Legislative Polar Plunge has raised more than $50,000 over the last 2 years. What a great event.
Another political leader is taking the plunge too, but this time it's a little bit more literal. Talk about cold, man. That's Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley and his best cannonball for Special Olympics. Today's Legislative Polar Plunge took place in a frigid pool directly in front of the steps of the state capitol in Lansing. Calley was one of about 24 legislators who jumped into the icy waters to help raise money for the cause.
It's truly polar today, freezing cold outside, but you can feel a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and the support behind Special Olympics is just growing all the time here.
Organizers say the Legislative Polar Plunge has raised more than $50,000 for the Special Olympics of Michigan over the last 2 years. So would you do that, JR, to raise money for a good cause?
Oh, sure. In fact, when they got out of the water, they probably wanted to get back in because the water temperature was so much warmer than the air.
Dozens of lawmakers braved the cold today, taking the Polar Plunge to raise money for the Special Olympics. That was Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley, former state representative Ken Horn among those who participated in the third annual event. Organizers say it has raised more than $50,000 for the Special Olympics, helping more than 20,000 children with adult and disabilities.
Ooh, that was cold. That was Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley, along with some other lawmakers, jumping into an icy pool to help raise money for the Special Olympics. The third annual Legislative Polar Plunge took place today. Proceeds from the event fund year-round sports training and athletic competition. Nearly 20,000 children and adults with disabilities who live in Michigan participate in these Special Olympics. So our hats off to them. That is brave and is well worth it.
It really is, and who doesn't want to see their lawmakers in their bathing suits?
Well, now that you say that.
Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley teaming up with several Michigan lawmakers today to take the Polar Plunge in Lansing. That event raised about $30,000 for Special Olympics Michigan. Of course, Rick Mecklenburg joins us now. Rick, you took the Polar Plunge a couple of weeks ago dressed in that chicken outfit.
Oh boy, there's some great video right there, Christian.
How was it?
Oh, it was very cold, very cold. But you know what? It's interesting. The water temperature is 32 degrees. That is actually about 35 degrees warmer than the air temperature right now. We're at 2 below zero in Grand Rapids.
Welcome back, everybody, and taking a look across the region tonight. Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley, along with about a couple of dozen legislators, jumped into an icy pool to help raise money for the Special Olympics. The third annual Legislative Polar Plunge took place today. It's one of 30 polar plunges happening from January through March. Proceeds go to support the year-round sports training and athletic competition for nearly 20,000 children and adults with intellectual disabilities who live in Michigan. Organizers say the Legislative Polar Plunge has raised more than $50,000 for the Special Olympics of Michigan over the last 2 years.
Michigan state lawmakers took a cold dip today, all for charity. Participants took a flying leap into a pool in front of the Capitol. The Polar Plunge was a fundraiser for the Special Olympics in Michigan. Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley and 20 state legislators participated. State Representatives John Keebler and Scott Dianda of Upper Michigan. Unfortunately, the video sent from Lansing did not show their leap into the pool. Organizers say the participants raised about $30,000 for Special Olympics. And by the way, the temperature in Lansing at the time of the event, just 6 degrees. That actually sounds pretty warm right now. I started my car during one of the breaks, and it said -23, and my car is usually pretty on money.